Hi there and welcome to AVW's Item of the Day, which today features a female Sparrowhawk by Rowland Ward. For those who don't know me, I am a UK antiques and taxidermy dealer, and I'll tell you a bit more about myself in a future video. The name Rowland Ward is synonymous with Victorian and Edwardian taxidermy. His father, Henry, was a well-respected taxidermist, as was his brother Edwin. And I believe even his grandfather was a naturalist and a dealer in animal skins and birds. Although better known perhaps for dramatic dioramas of big game, some of which can still be seen in the world's leading museums, his smaller cases of birds and animals are also instantly recognisable. And I have several cases here to illustrate that. He was one of the first, if not the first, to use all glass cases and also to mount things in a much simpler setting. Some of his small cases are very dramatic as well and have lots of groundwork, but he is perhaps better known for the simplicity of the cases, as can be seen in these three. The tape, often brown or green, is a sort of telltale sign of Ward as well. His grander cases are often framed in split cane bamboo, but these are much simpler. There are several ways of telling Rowland Ward cases. The most obvious, perhaps, is a trade label to the reverse. This one says Rowland Ward Limited, The Jungle, Piccadilly. That dates it to early 19th century. Early 20th century. The firm Rowland Ward continued long after his death, and in fact was still working in one guise or another up until the 1970s from Piccadilly in London. Often, about the same time, early 20th century, we get The Jungle inscribed, or rather etched in the glass itself with Piccadilly with the address too. And then the ivorine plaques. Sometimes they are circular and embedded into the groundwork. In the case of these two, they are actually just raised from the groundwork itself, and they often give the names of the species, the date that it was found or shot, perhaps, and the location, etc., all of that. In this case here, we have what is technically a wall mount. It's been made to sit flush on the wall. They're sometimes called picture frame mounts. This, due mainly to the fact that there was a fashion at one point for picture frames to be actually framing the animal or bird itself. In this case, no picture frame, thank goodness, because I don't think they're particularly nice. But it was made, as you can see from the fitting on the back, to actually be mounted against the wall. In this case, it actually sits really nicely and perfectly well as a standalone item, either on a table or something, or in a bookcase. I like putting taxidermy in bookcases. She is particularly well done. She's been a very naturalistic pose. The quality of Rowland Ward is all over it. We have a typical gouache painted, very simple background. Again, dates it to the sort of 20s or 30s. And also we have it signed, Rowland Ward. Obviously not signed by him himself, but one of the taxidermists who worked for him. The cases I've had with Rowland Ward signatures are all very similar, and they tend to date from the 20s and 30s. Those, because, well, I have had boxes or cases with signatures and dates. I absolutely love this. You couldn't have a better example of Ward on so many different levels. The bird itself, the typical casing, the painted background, the signature. It's just a really lovely thing. And half of me wants to keep it, but you can't keep everything. So if you're interested, click on the link below, which I'm going to put in for you. And I hope to see you for another item of the day very soon. Thank you very much for watching. And please subscribe if You want to see more of this sort of stuff. Okay, thank you. Bye.